So what is the objective of learning the same? That is, you will be able to learn how to uh, give connectivity in DBMS, how to connect actually front end to the back end. Or I can say, how could you provide the connectivity in database management system with the tables? How do you connect tables in DBMS? So this is my main objective behind the same. In this manner, you will be able to learn what is the difference between JDBC and what is the different and ODBC. What is ODBC? What is JDBC? You are supposed to learn the two concepts, and there is a difference. What is the difference between the two? So by learning these two topics, you will be able to connect database. So starting with the database connectivity history. So what is basically database connectivity history? So we are going to discuss about the same. Now till now we have discussed about what is DBMS, what was the system that was being used for handling database. It was file based system. Why we consider it a need to switch to DBMS system. Now after learning DBMS system, and in addition we have learned about various algebra and calculus, relational algebra and calculus in DBMS. After that, now we have learned that how to operate the queries. Now we have done that part, that is how to operate the queries. Now we are moving to the main part that is concerned with the connectivity, how to connect the tables in the database. So there is some medium that could be used, and that is ODBC or JDBC. So before APIs, that is like JDBC and ODBC, before these two terms, database connectivity was tedious. Similarly, before DBMS, file based management system was tedious. In the same manner, there was no particular connectivity interface that was available before JDBC and ODBC. So it was quite a tedious work. Mean to say, it requires hard work, and there was no single platform that was available for the same. So we are concerning various topics, or I can say various points regarding the same. How it was tedious, that is database vendors provided function libraries for database SSS. They provided various functions from where I can have a control over the operation of that function that could be stored in the, that were already stored in the libraries, and I have to access those libraries in order to operate those functions. Next connectivity library was proprietary. Next is data access portions had to be rewritten with changes in the application. If the application change, then we have to change the access programs. Next is application developers were stuck with a particular database product for a given application. They were being stuck in the particular database that was being used for a specific application. So that is why these were the various, I can say, problems that were being like encountered in the system before JDBC and ODBC. Now, why we are switching to Java? Why Java? Because write once and we can run it anywhere. We are supposed to run code only once, and we are supposed to run it anywhere. We can run it online nowadays as well. No special resources, or I can say various special platform is required. Only one can need is one. Only the need is internet. So in that, what is the main concern? Multiple clients and server platforms are there. So second main point of concern is, that is why we are choosing Java, that is object relational mapping. Object relational mapping. We are working on the relations, and we are working on mapping as well. So we are supposed to we are supposed to map objects with the help of relations. So what are the main points concerning the same? Database is optimized for searching or indexing. Next is objects optimized for engineering or flexibility. So third is network independence. Work across internet protocol, as I suggested in first topic. Next is database independence. Java can access any database vendor. Next is ease of administration, because online support is available. Now, what is ODBC? What is ODBC? A standard or open application programming interface for accessing database. Developed by SQL Access Group, chiefly Microsoft in 1992. Access to various kinds of databases with the help of ODBC is possible. In addition, it allows programs to use SQL requests that will access databases without knowledge of the proprietary interfaces to the database. In that, proprietary interfaces were required. Next, it can handle these requests and converts it into the request understandable by the individual database management system. If you remember, we have studied about various SQL queries in the previous lecture. We have studied about relational algebra. What are the various queries in relational algebra? We might have studied the same. In addition, we have studied about calculus, that was non-procedural language. So after learning all the queries in DBMS, and we usually run those queries in SQL, that is structured query language, via online means. I have just told you the procedure about doing the queries, like syntax, how to operate the queries, how to fetch the tables, what would be the result, what would be the result after applying certain conditions on the database, what would be the result after applying various and or not operators. In the same manner, requests could be handled, and it could be converted into a request understandable by an individual database system in ODBC as well. So now coming to the main point, what is actually ODBC and what is actually JDBC? What is actually ODBC and what is actually JDBC? ODBC is an SQL based application programming interface, that is API, जिसे हम बोलते हैं API, application programming interface. It is created by Microsoft, and if it is created by Microsoft, it is used by Windows software application to access databases via SQL. So JDBC is a SQL-based API created by Sun Microsoft system. Now you are supposed to mark my words, like what is ODBC, what is JDBC, why ODBC is required, why JDBC is required, who developed ODBC, who developed JDBC, on which window ODBC can run, on which window JDBC can run. So these are the main questions that might come in the interview, or you would be asked in the interview, or you would be asked in any viva that is related to database management system. So these are main questions. What is ODBC? What is the purpose of switching to ODBC instead of the already available system? What is JDBC? Why we are shifting to JDBC, and who developed JDBC, who developed ODBC, what is the platform that is supported by ODBC or JDBC. So these are some questions that might come in the interview or any kind of viva that you, if you are facing it in relation to the DBMS. So JDBC is a SQL based API. Both are API, that is application programming interface, because we are interacting with the help of some application, and we are processing our request with the medium of some application. So both are APIs, but both are created by different creators. So JDBC is a SQL based API created by Sun Microsoft system to enable Java applications to use SQL for database access. So these APIs provide communication between an application residing on the client side or client machine and a data source residing on the same client machine or on the another server computer. So it is creating a interface between client and a server. Clients are generating any kind of request, and these requests are further processed by the server. So in response, server is sending the results to the clients. So next is, what are the requirements for ODBC? ODBC requirements. So, an ODBC software for a particular operating system. What are the requirements for the same? A separate module or driver for each database to be accessed. Separate module or driver for each database, it is to be assessed. Next is driver masks the heterogeneity of DBMS, operating system, and network protocol. For example, you can have a look at various drivers. For example, Windows driver, C-based driver, etc. Any number of drivers are available, but you can have a look at these two drivers that are given in the example. So next, this is the ODBC architecture. Have a look at the same. ODBC architecture. Applications are there. Application, ODBC driver manager, who is managing all the uh, things that are related to ODBC. Then drivers data related to DBMS, operating system, network. Next, these are the data sources where data is available. Sources of data. So this was about ODBC. If you are having any query in these 6 slides, you can ask me. I am giving you a time of 1 minute. Quickly view all the slides that I have discussed. And tell me if you are having any kind of query. One thing you might note that in computing, ODBC, mean to say Open Database Connectivity, it is a standard application program interface for assessing database management system, and the designers, now I am talking about designers, the designers of ODBC are having a aim, that is to make it independent of database system and operating systems. That is, an application that is written using ODBC can be ported to any other platforms or both on client and server side with few changes to the data access code. So this is the major point that you must note, that is connected with ODBC. So open database connectivity. It is, again I am repeating, you can note the same. It is a standard application program interface that is used for accessing database management system. Obviously, that is why we are using ODBC. The designers are having various aims. The main aim about ODBC designer is that to make it independent of database system and operating system. So an application that is written using ODBC can be ported. It could be transformed from one platform to another. Portable. It is portable to other platforms, both on client side and on the server side. With there could be few changes that could be made to the data sources. So next is what is the like ODBC accomplish what? ODBC accomplishes DBMS independence by what? By using ODBC driver. So what is ODBC driver? What is basically driver? ODBC we already know. What is driver? So a driver is a software. It is a software that provides a programming interface to control and manage specific lower level interface that is often linked to a specific type of hardware. it acts as a transition layer between the application and the DBMS. So the application uses ODBC functions through an ODBC driver manager with which it is linked, and the driver passes the query to the DBMS. But an ODBC driver can be thought of as an analogous to a printer driver or any other driver, providing a standard set of functions for the application to use and implementing DBMS specific functionality. So an application that can use ODBC is referred to as ODBC compliant. Any ODBC compliant or compliant application can access any DBMS for which a driver is installed. So driver exists for all major DBMS. Many other data sources like address book system, Microsoft Excel, and even for text or comma separated value files, that is CSV files, that we have used in web development. So ODBC was originally developed by Microsoft and Simba Technologies during the early 1990s and became the basis for the call level interface, that is CLI, standardized by SQL Access Group in Unix and mainframe field. So the ODBC retained several features that were removed as a part of the CLI effort. Full ODBC was later ported back to those platforms and became the particular standard considerably better known than CLI. So the CLI remains similar to ODBC, and applications can be ported from one platform to another in the with the few changes in the data sources. Next is JDBC. If you are having any query about ODBC, you can ask me. Quickly have a look at all the slides that I have discussed, and you can ask me any question that is related to JDBC. Sorry, ODBC. Now I am moving to JDBC. So what is JDBC? Java API for connecting programs written in Java to the data in relational databases. Java database connectivity, the standard defined by Sun Microsoft system, allowing individuals providers to implement and extend these standards with their own JDBC drivers. Now, what is the task of JDBC? That is the main concern. There are three tasks that are associated with JDBC. First, it will establish a connection with database. Obviously, we are using it for connectivity. It will send SQL statements. It will process the results. Now, what is JDBC API? What is the function of JDBC API? So the JDBC API supports both 2-tier and 3-tier models for database access. 2-tier model and 3-tier model. What is 2-tier model? What is 3-tier model? We are going to discuss about the same. 2-tier model, that is a Java applet or any application interacts directly with the database. What is 3-tier model? It introduces a middle level server for execution of the business logic. Now there are various concerns that are concerned with 3-tier model. It introduces the middle tier to maintain control over data access, and the user can employ any easy to use higher level API which is translated by the middle tier into the appropriate low level calls. So this is the JDBC architecture. You can have a look at the hierarchy. Java application is there. Then there is the driver manager that is associated with Java. That is JDBC driver manager. Again, there is a bridge, JDBC native bridge, JDBC ODBC bridge. Then JDBC driver is there. That is specific to DBMS. Then middleware is there. Then native driver is there. That is also DBMS specific. Then ODBC driver is there, and at the last there is a DBMS with which we are interacting with the help of these drivers. So have a look at the same. If you are having any query, then do let me know. If you are having any query, then let me know. these are the four main terms that are associated with JDBC. Have a look at the same. JDBC, ODBC bridge driver, native driver, network protocol driver, and thin driver. So we have discussed above the four drivers. We can use JDBC API to access tabular data stored in any relational database management system. Obviously, why we are using connectivity? So that we, with the help of some medium, we can process our queries, and in response to that queries, we are supposed to receive various results, so that in this manner our queries could be considered processed. So that is why we are supposed to use the same. So we can use JDBC API to access tabular data. Tabular mean to say that is stored in the form of tables and table, or in table there could be rows and columns. So that is stored in any relational database management system. By the help of JDBC API, we can save the data, we can update the data, we can delete basic operations that are concerned with the manipulation operation of the DBMS. We can save the data, we can update the data, we can delete the data, and fetch the data from the database with the help of various commands or with the help of various SQL commands. It is like open database connectivity provided by Microsoft. So there are main four concerns, or I can say four major points that are concerned with JDBC connectivity. First is JDBC API, second is Java application, next JDBC driver, and next is the database, the main point of concern. So if we are talking about the version of JDBC, the current version of JDBC is 4.3, and it is the stable release since September 2017, and it is based on the OpenSQL call level interface, that is CLI, and the java.sql package contain, obviously it is a package. If it is a package, it can contain classes and interfaces for JDBC API. Then there is a list for popular interfaces of JDBC API that are, for example, driver interfaces, connection interfaces, statement interfaces, prepared statement interfaces, callable statement interfaces, result set interface, result set metadata interface, database metadata interface, and row set interface. Again, I am repeating, if you miss out on any one of the interface, then you will get to know the same. Driver interface, connection interface, statement interface, prepared statement interface, callable statement interface, result set interface, result set metadata interface, database metadata interface, and row set interface. All the interfaces have been defined here. So there would be the classes that we are going to use here. So a list of various classes of JDBC API, that is driver manager class, obviously, blob class, glob class, and type class. So next, my main point of concern is, why should we use JDBC? Why should we use JDBC? Because before JDBC, ODBC, API was the database, API to connect and execute the query with the database. But ODBC API uses ODBC driver, which is written in C language, that is platform dependent and unsecured. That is why Java has defined its own API, that is JDBC API, that uses JDBC driver written in Java language. So we can use JDBC API to handle database using Java program and can perform various activities. For example, we can connect to database, we can execute the queries, we can update the statements to the database, we can retrieve the results received from the database. Now, you are supposed to write an assignment. I am going to give you assignment. Write down 5 questions that are concerned with JDBC and ODBC. So write down those 5 questions, and you are supposed to submit me as an assignment in the next lecture, in the next week. So write down the first question: how to connect Java applications, how to connect Java applications with Oracle and MySQL database using JDBC. How to connect Java application with Oracle and MySQL database using JDBC. Next is, what is the difference between statement What is the difference between statement and prepared statement interface? What is the difference between statement and prepared statement interface? Third is how to print total number of tables. How to print total number of tables and views of a database using JDBC. How to print total number of tables and views of a database using JDBC. Next is how to store and retrieve. How to store and retrieve images from Oracle database. How to store and retrieve images from Oracle database using JDBC. How to store and retrieve images from Oracle database using JDBC. Next is how to store and retrieve files from Oracle database using JDBC. So this is your assignment and I am giving you a time of 1 week. You are supposed to submit me next week. So all of you, if you are having any query or if you could not understand the questions that have been given to you as an assignment, I will discuss the same, but after a period of 1 week. First of all, you are supposed to submit me the same, then I will clear your doubts. Now moving forward, my lecture. So this is JDBC architecture in which we are supposed to have a look at Java application. There would be a driver management, that is JDBC driver management. JDBC native bridge could be there. JDBC ODBC bridge is there. JDBC drivers that are concerned with DBMS only. JDBC middleware is there. Native drivers are there that are concerned with DBMS only. ODBC drivers are there. And next is the DBMS. So this is the architecture and these are 4 main point concerns that are concerned with the JDBC architecture. So next is JDBC driver types. There are various classes that are defined, or I can say JDBC drivers are categorized into various classes. So what are those? Have a look at the same. Class 1. In class 1, there is a JDBC ODBC connectivity, which is mainly used for desktop applications. So what are the main points of concern regarding class 1? First is to use bridge technology. What is bridge? Why we use bridge? To make some connections. So that is why we are using bridging technology. Next main point of concern is requires installation, configuration on client machines. Third is not good for web. So there is second class that is also defined for JDBC driver type. So that is native API drivers, that is application programming interface drivers that are concerned with vendor specific drivers. So there are main points of concerns that are regarding same. The first one is require installation and configuration on client machines used to leverage existing CLI libraries. Next is usually not thread safe. And third is mostly obsolete now, mean to say they are not in obsolete, mean to say wear and tear. Next is, for example, Oracle driver, WebLogic driver. So next is class third, that is network API. The main point of concern regarding class third is call middleware server, usually on database host. Second is very flexible. It allows multiple access to multiple databases using one driver. Third is only need to download only one driver, but it is another server application to install and maintain. For example, Semantic DBA. Next is class fourth, What is class 4? It is concerned with network protocol driver that are used for network based applications in which we are supposed to transmit data between two parties. So the main points are pure Java drivers could be used, use Java networking libraries to talk directly to database engines. Third is need to download a new driver for each database engine, and the example for that software is given, that is Oracle or MySQL. So next is overview of querying a database with JDBC. You can have a look at the picture. Now, first one is to connect. We are supposed to connect with the help of some connectivity connection. So yes, we are connecting with some connection that is provided to us. Yes. Next, we are supposed to request any kind of query. Okay, it could be written in DBMS. Yes, we are supposed to send that query so that it could be processed. So we would be given results against that query that is raised here. And last point is we are closing it. So this is the cycle of, or I can say overview of querying a database with JDBC. How to connect, how to query a database, how to process the results, and how to close it. So have a look at this same. Now, what is the step one, or I can say stage one? First is connect. Now, in order to connect, there are various steps that are supposed to follow. Have a look at this same. Connect. Okay, connect. Register the driver. Okay, connect to the database. Okay, only then we are supposed to raise a query, and our query could be resolved if we are connecting it to database. Now connection is having further 2 points, that is to register the driver that acts as API, and second is to connect to the database. So these are two main points that are connecting or that are concerned with connection. Now we are supposed to raise any query, and after that query is raised, we are supposed to process the results that are to be produced against that query. So last point is we are supposed to close the connection. So second stage is query. So what to query about the same? Create a statement or query the database. We are supposed to create a statement. We are supposed to query the database. First of all, there could be a statement that could be created, and we are supposed to query the database. Third is we are supposed to process the results. So there are two main points of concerns that are concerned with processing of the result. First one is we have to go through the steps, or we have to go through the results and assign results to the Java variables that we are going to use, because we are discussing about JDBC. So that is why we are supposed to assign results to Java variables. So have a look at all the steps one by one again, because in this way things happen practically in JDBC. This is the overview, and each point is having further various sub points. Connect, query, process result, close. Okay. Now we are coming to the step one, that is connect. So these are two main points that are concerned with connection. How to connect? Register the drivers first, that is concerned with API. Connect to the database, because our queries could be fetched or processed in that manner only. Next is stage 2, that is concerned with query. So what is query? Query, question. How to raise a question? We are supposed to create a statement, then we are supposed to query the database. Obviously, first my question could be there. I want to if I want to fetch the details of the database, first I am supposed to create a statement. Create a statement means to say, let's say I am supposed to fetch records of computer science departments, or I can say fetch records of 4 SEM students that are studying in computer science department. Then I am supposed to create a problem first. then, or I can say create a statement first, then I am supposed to query the database, because data is available in that database. In that manner my query could proceed. Next is how to process the results, that is to step through the results, assign results to the Java variables. So next is close. Fourth step is close. What to close? What to close? Close the result set, close the statement, close the connection. Everything is getting closed here. So there are three main points of concern that are concerned with close. Close the result set, close the statement, close the connection. Maintaining a connection, that is why we are ending it in the last step. We are creating a statement in between, so we are closing the statement in between. We are creating the result set, we are supposed to close the result set. So in this manner the procedure goes on for the JDBC database. Next is, what are the recent advancements? We are supposed to have a look at the same. It is concerned with relational database management system, that is Oracle DB2. It could be any database, Oracle database 2, SQL Server, Cbase, MySQL, Informix. You can have any, you can use any database that you are comfortable with. So now we are coming to recent advancement. What are the advantages? There are common type 5 architecture features across all major databases. Code and feature interoperability support across databases. Third is one driver for each database regardless of database version or JDK version. Next is robust JDBC 3.0 or 4.0 specification feature which would improve developer productivity. Next is to concerned with the performance and scalability, that is performance and scalability leader in application server or benchmarks, EC performance benchmarks. Next is extensive test suites and customer deployments ensure unrivaled reliability. So this is all about recent advancement that is being taken place in Java application code. So have a look at the same. So it is connected with this, that is progress of data direct JDBC architecture. So these are the various advancements that happened in the recent time, and this is having connection with the same, and it is further having connection with the relational database management system, and it could be any of those, and those examples are given here. So have a look at the same. So this is how it proceed. Basic application example, select employee number. So we are in this manner, we are supposed to operate the database. Select employee number 101. Okay. Next step is employee name. Okay, 103. It could be employee name, it could be ABC, it could be character, it could be numeric. It depends on the it depends on the factors that are being set for inserting the employee name. It could be numeric if you have set the value to the numeric. It could be characters if you have set the value to the characters. It could be alphanumeric. Next is the salary. We are supposed to enter the salary in the third slide. Yes, so these are 4 points. Select employee number, that could be 104. Employee name could be ABC, XYZ, could anything. Salary 4600, and we are supposed to submit the same. So in this manner we are supposed to submit the same. This is a practical example of, just wait. Third one 4600, fourth one 104, Cairo 5700. Again we are selecting salary, that is quite different. It might be the case that, okay, this is the employee number 4104. Just wait, let me have a look at the same. This is employee number 101, and these 3 points are concerned with the employee number 101. This is 104, so these 3 points will be 104. So in this manner, we are supposed to submit the records in the database. If we want to update any record, we could click the update button, and in the same manner it could be updated. So this is all about practical details of the JDBC and ODBC, how to operate the same, um, how to practically implement the queries in the database, what are the basic steps that are concerned with the same. So now I am concluding my whole lecture for the today's class. I discussed about JDBC, what is JDBC, why there was the need to develop JDBC, what is ODBC, why ODBC, what is basically the driver, what are the various drivers that are being used for JDBC, and what are the drivers that are used for JDBC, what is JDBC architecture, what is ODBC architecture. In addition, I have discussed about practical implementation of the both, what are the classes that could be used, what are the interfaces that could be used in JDBC. So this was all about my today's lecture of JDBC and ODBC connectivity, how you can connect database, how you can proceed your queries. That connection was already, I have given you the overview about the same, how you can connect, how you can query, how you can close the connection, how your requests could be processed, or how your results could be processed. In addition, I have talked about the practical implementation of the queries, how we are supposed to select employee number, how we are supposed to insert employee name, what would be the salary, and after submitting it, we are if we are supposed to update the same, then there is the option in order, or a privilege that is being there in order to do the same. So this was all about my today's lecture of JDBC and ODBC. If you are having any kind of query, then you can ask me. I am giving you a time of 1 minute, and in addition, I have given you already an assignment about today's lecture. So you are supposed to submit me the 5 answers, and I have given you a time limit of 1 week. Now quickly I am discussing what is the difference between JDBC and what is the difference between JDBC and ODBC. So ODBC, open database connectivity, which literally means that it is compatible with all types of languages. As the name implies, open means it is compatible with all types of languages. That is, it could be C, C++, Java. JDBC, it stands for Java database connectivity, that is only compatible with Java language. Next is the main key point is the introduction. So ODBC was introduced by Microsoft prior to JDBC in 1992. JDBC was introduced by Sun Microsoft after ODBC in 1997. So next is what is the key area about platform dependency. So what is platform dependent in ODBC? What is platform dependency in JDBC? ODBC is platform dependent, as we can use ODBC only for Windows platform. On the other hand, JDBC is platform independent and can be used for any platform. Now we are discussing the term type. So ODBC can be considered as a type of procedural, as most of the drivers are developed in a native language like C and C++, which are procedural types of languages. Procedural mean to say there is a clear description about what to do and how to do. On the other hand, JDBC is purely object-oriented type driver. Next is the main point that is concerned with performance. The performance of ODBC is faster as compared to JDBC, as data import and export are faster and memory intensive. But on the other hand, performance of JDBC is lower than native ODBC, but its platform independence, allowing to work with any operating system. It could include Mac, it could include Linux as well. So this was all about my today's class. I have discussed the difference between JDBC and ODBC. Now coming to the references that are given for your reference, that is, you can have a look at the book that is by course, that is available in our college library. Get it issued and have a look at the same. This is about today's MCQ. You are supposed to do this MCQ. There are 4 choices against each question, and you are supposed to take any one. There are 10 questions that are being given for you, and you are supposed to submit me the answers via my email. So there is a time limit that could be given to you, like it is my lecture that is held at 9:10 to 10. So you can submit me the answers till 5 p.m. have a look at all the questions. I am just scrolling through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this was all about my today's class. If you are having any query, then ask me. Thank you. Have a nice day.